Hi, hello, I'm Dr. K. Pungode. Now we are going to discuss about the topic carriage of goods. That's a carriage of goods refers to the transportation of goods from one place to another place by different modes such as roadway, airway, railways, etc. It is an essential part of trade and the commerce, ensuring that the product reaches the consumer, business or market safely and efficiently. That is the most important thing in a business. So that is known as carriage of goods. Now we are having a meaning over here for the carriage of goods. The carriage of goods consists of three different parties and it is also one of a contract under the commercial law. The consignor, consignee and carriage. Three different carriage, the three different words taking over here. Consignor means the sender who send the goods. So that person is known as a consignor. That is the person of a business who sends the goods to another person. The next thing is carrier, the person, company or an organization responsible for transporting the goods from one person to another. That's a company who is an intermediary between the sender and the receiver. That is known as carrier. And the third one is consignee. Consignee is a receiver, the person to whom the goods are delivered, who is getting or a receiver of a goods. That person is known as consignee. So these are all the three different parties mainly involved in a carrier agreement of transport of goods safely in exchange for a payment that is called freight charges. The next thing is we are having a different types of modes of transportation over here. The first one is carriage by land. Carriage by land means the different transportation through the using trucks, vans, lorries that is suitable for a medium distance and flexible and door-to-door services carried through this carriage by roadways. So each and every individual life we are using this carriage of roadway, railways, etc. And the most important thing in this carriage of roadway, it is easy and flexible and doorstep to the services of a consumer. The next thing is railway. Carriages through carriage by railway. It is a transportation carrying of goods by using a train, that is known as a carriage by rail, and also it is suitable for heavy and bulk goods to transport from one places to another person. It is more cost effective for a long distance. So that is a carriage by carriage by railway. The next thing is carriage by sea. By the word itself we can understand that which is based on the sea through the water. Then used for international trade, suitable for large quantity of goods, relatively slower but economic in the way. So that is known as carriage by sea. The next thing is carriage by air. So carriage by air means it is a faster mode of transportation and also it is used for perishable or highly valuable goods expensively compared to other modes of goods. The most features of a carriage of goods is, first thing, it involves a legal contract. The next thing is it requires a proper documentation, and the third thing is carrier is responsible for safe delivery, and the next thing is payment of freight charges is essential over here. So for that, while transporting goods from one place to another place, we are in need of to provide some certain of freight charges over here. Then only we can make a claim for that. The important documents to claim for this are bill of lading, consignment note, railway receipts, airway bills, etc. These are all the important notes, that is a document used for carriage of goods. The first thing is bill of lading, means it is used in sea transport, act as a receipt of a contract. Next thing is consignment note. It is used in the road transport, that is known as consignment note. Next thing is issued in railway transport, that is known as railway receipt. The next thing is airway bill. It is used while transport in an air. The duties of carriers are to carry the goods safely without any delay, to deliver the goods for the correct consignee, to take the reasonable care for goods, to follow the agreement terms and condition. These are all the duties of the carrier over here. Next and also we are having the duties of the consignor. The consignor duty is to provide the correct information about the goods, to pack goods properly, to pay agreed charges over here. So liable for a carrier, so that is loss of goods, damage of goods, delay in delivery. This may occurs the carriage of goods, and it gives a liability for a carriages over here. The next thing is that the most important thing in this carriage is carriage of goods, facilities of trade and commerce. It connects the producer and consumer, and also it supports the economic growth and also global business environment over here. It is one of the most important things that facilitate the trade and commerce, both import and export from one place to another place. So next, by concluding that the goods carriage of goods plays a vital role in movement of product across the region and countries. It ensures the goods are delivered effectively and safely, making it a backbone of modern trade and logistics system over here. I hope you all understand about the carriage of goods. It plays a crucial role in the regulating the transportation system by clearing the defining rights and liabilities, and also it helps to maintain the trust and efficiency in trade and commerce. I hope you all understand about the carriage of goods. Thank you.